Hey, what's going on, Combat Sports Nation? This is Shaun here with a Cage Titans 41 exclusive with Joe Skeletor Giannetti. Joe, I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit tonight. How are you feeling? Rehydrated, and I'm sure ready to go tomorrow.
I feel fantastic. This is the best rehydration and carbo loading that I've done post weigh-in, and I can't wait to fight.
So tell me about your weigh-ins. Where did you come in? Because I know there was some questions or some not necessarily controversy, but some frustration at the scale.
Yeah, the commissioner, I'm gonna leave nameless. He had the scale on a rug. Who I think everybody in the game knows, like, you don't put scales on a rug, you put it on a tile. So the UFC puts it on a hardwood floor. But I cut weight this morning. It was a big cut. I had to finish this morning. I got down to 156 on the nose. A different scale told me 158.8. 156.8 or 55.8. On weight.
Yeah.
Anyways, I stepped on the scale, and it said I was 154.8, which I knew was wrong because I was at least a pound heavier than that. But I was like, cool, whatever, it's on weight, leave it. And then before I stepped off, it moved up to 156.0. And I was like, okay, awesome, just what my scale said. And then it moved up to 156.2, and then 156.5, and then 156.8, and then 157.5, and then 158, and then it went down to 56.5 and up to 58. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, hey, I think your scale's off. And he was like, no, scale's right. And I was like, I'm not accusing you of not misusing the scale, but like it's off. Like, I killed myself, made 56, checked on two scales. One of them was like the old school scale, you move the weights. The other one's like a $2,000 scale that this gym I'm at bought. And he was like, no, scale's right. And I was like, I don't know, I think it's a bit heavy. And he was like, well, I'm not going to be rude, but scale's been spot on for everybody else except for you. And then as he finished saying that, 4 other fighters came over and were like, no, it was heavy for me too. And he just kind of looked at me. And then he just didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, so 156, we're cool. And I just walked away.
And that was official.
Yes, that's how it was announced, 156.
Your opponent, Josh Harvey, undefeated, 5-0. Strong test. This is a guy who wanted to fight you before you made it to the show. Tell me how it was finally facing off with him for the first time, and what was your impression when you looked into his eyes?
My impression is exactly what I thought. He's overlooking me. I'm a string bean looking kid. It's just the way I am. People aren't intimidated. It's just the way it is. He's going to come in there. He's going to try and just overpower me. He's going to try and push the pace. And he's going to try and maul me. That's what everybody thinks they can do. Once you get in there, you realize real quick it's not something you can do. You might be winning, but you're not mauling me. There's a fight 24/7. So honestly, I think I'm being slept on, and that's totally okay because I know that I'm more than ready for this fight.
So, of course, you're methodical. You're going to go in there with a strong game plan. Bill Mahoney behind you. Training with the guys that you've training outside of South Shore. Where's the biggest glaring growth that we're going to see?
Grind. I trained with the king of the grind for 4 weeks, Daniel Cormier, and all those guys out there, they all love to grind, and that's what we did for 4 weeks. We just went in there and we beat the hell out of each other. It was a tough 4 weeks, man. I couldn't wait to come home. I miss everybody already. They're all cool out there, but I was so done getting my ass kicked. So once it's like, all right, time to catch my flight. See ya.
That's great. You finally got a fight to show that you belong to have a second shot in the UFC. How much are these guys, Daniel, Kane, helping you in the background? Or not necessarily helping you because it's really all on your shoulders, but how much have these guys been that added bug in their ear since they're seeing you day in and day out on the mat of the guys at the UFC?
Not too much, nothing crazy. It's all up to me. They told me a couple of things that they've said, and it's pretty much just, hey, this kid's grinding. Hey, this kid wants it. Like, they're not saying you need to sign this kid right now or you messed up letting him go, but they're just saying, like, we want you to know that this kid's putting in work. And that's what I did. I could barely afford going to AKA for 4 weeks and kind of putting my life on hold again, almost like for the show. The difference is, though, I don't get that payout. When I was on the show, I got paid weekly, and I came home with some money. I'm not coming home with any money from training at AKA. I'm not making 15 G's to fight a Cage Titans. Like, I'm sacrificing a lot, and I've been sacrificing a lot, and it's all going to pay off.
Obviously, you need to make a statement, but what are your keys to victory against Josh to make that statement of, hey, I'm here. I should be there.
Put on the gas pedal the entire time, and I will break him. That's it. I said today at the weigh-ins when asked about it, the best way, probably the easiest way to beat Harvey, it's not really that hard. Pick him apart from the outside, super light shots, not trying to hurt him, stop the takedowns, and kind of just be backpedaling and counterpunching. But that's just not what I'm going to do. And people might say it's dumb, but obviously I'll counterpunch, but I'm going to put my foot in the center, and that's as far as he's going. We're either going to stand there and throw, or he's going to back up. But I'm going to stay moving. I'm going to make him miss. I'm going to make him pay. But yeah, the biggest thing that we're working on down at AKA is just foot on the gas. There's no brakes.
Yeah, we've seen you often with that high output, pitter patter, Diaz brothers type style. Is that a similar style, just higher output, more aggression, or are we just going to see a different type of fighter?
I think both. I think that the way I'm going to be carrying myself and my demeanor is going to be a little bit different. And it's like, it's kind of not even true to myself, to be honest. Like, the UFC didn't like how I was smiling in my last fight or anything like that. And they thought I didn't care about my shot in the UFC, which is 100% incorrect. As you know, and as everybody at Case Titans knows, I smile when I fight. And it's not a sign of disrespect. I mean, and there's deep things that it roots from. Like, I got picked on almost my entire life up until post-high school. Stuff like that weighs on you, man. Like, confidence. Like, I'm out here 7-0 about to fight in the finale, and I'm still like, wow, I suck. And there's no evidence that says I suck. There's none at all. I'm undefeated, amateur and pro. And there's a little voice in my head that's like, yeah, you don't deserve to be here. I look myself in the mirror. Only time I don't think this is when I'm cutting weight. I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, you're still that fat kid from middle school. Stuff like that. Like, kids are ruthless, and it takes a toll on you. So, I mean, there's a battle going on every single day, especially in my fights. So, you know, when I'm in there and you can't touch me and you've thrown 15 punches and landed 0, I smile because I'm like, oh, maybe I do belong. Like, I can shut that voice up in the back of my head in the moment. There won't be any smiling this time. Afterwards, yes, tons of smiling. But right now, it's just, I'll give the UFC whatever they want. They don't want smiles from me, then fine. I won't smile, and I'll just get in there and we'll fight. Fat kid in middle school, fat kid in elementary school, and it's hard, man. And that affects you in little ways too. Like I said, I look myself in the mirror outside of fight camp, and I'm still kind of in shape, and I'm just like, wow, look at you, you're so fat. And like, my buddies always think it's funny because, like, or even like my girlfriend, like, I'll be sitting there, we'll be watching a movie, I'm like, wow, I'm obese, and they're like, what is wrong with you? And it's just, it's the way I look at myself, and it's not good, and it's something that I battle with every day, and I'm sure he does too. But it feels great when you're completely in shape, and when you win fights like that, it's the best feeling in the world because you're like, wow, I'm literally on the opposite end of the spectrum where I was at that point in my life.
But you go through those lulls.
Yes. You go through so many lows from this, like I said, post-fight, even this fight, I'm going to try and not blow up because I'm hoping to get a win and be ready for a last-minute shot to the UFC. No matter how heavy I get, whether it's too heavy or perfect, not in fight shape, I'm going to look at myself as that fat kid from middle school. And that's just that mental thing that plays with you between getting picked on for your weight and being that big. And it's just a daily battle.
Josh Harvey, formidable opponent. What do you have to say for the fans that are going to be there to support you? And we're expecting fireworks, man.
Yeah, that's all I can say is I can't guarantee that I'm going to win, but I can guarantee I'm going to leave everything out there. I'm going to put my heart on the line. I think that I wasn't on the gas pedal as much as I should have been, and I apologize yet again for my previous performance in the finale, but it'll be nothing like that, and he's going to have to kill me to stop me tomorrow night. No matter how it goes, I'm going to say if I get the win, Conor McGregor had Dublin, Darren Till had Liverpool, Joe Giannetti needs Boston.
I love it, my friend. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Combat Sports Nation appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Follow us on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Visit us on Twitter. And stay tuned.